Well, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate having you here and staying to talk about technology. It's going to be a very short presentation, but we felt it's really important to talk about how parents can get involved with technology. And just to give you some idea about me and who I am, I actually work in adult literacy field. I work with adults, helping them with their literacy skills. And part of that is working with technology. So I work for an organization called Alpha Plus, and I'm a coach consultant there, helping them try technology, explore how it works, and get comfortable with it. But on the side, as sort of another participant, I also do some other things. I do web design, I do technology work with other organizations, and that's how I got involved with Let's Get Together, one of the coordinators of the conference here. What we do together is we organize workshops for parents to get them comfortable with technology. And we do topics that are important to parents. So it could be social media, it could be privacy online, and topics that parents may be interested in. Now, when it comes to literacy, I would like to talk a bit about digital literacy, because it's one of the topics that comes up a lot. When we work in adult basic education, we talk about reading skills, writing skills, numeracy skills. Often technology gets missed out. It's something that got added fairly recently, and we have to realize that those two things have to come together to help us really be digitally literate in today's world. So when you think about technology, we can think about our kids, who are often called digital natives. They are usually born after 1995. They often have exposure to technology. They try different things. I remember my 2-year-old nephew going on YouTube and trying different things and learning how he could play his Minecraft. It's very different from the way we learned about technology, right? And in this case, kids very often self-educate. So our nephews, our kids, often will go online and find the information on their own. They are not used to, or even actually don't like, the regular classroom setting where we expect them to be sitting there and reading books and resources all the time. It's just not the way they learn. It's very different from them now. On average, they use 5 screens when you think about devices they have. Phones, tablets, TVs, games, they use a lot of technology. And they have very short attention span, 8 seconds, which is a very, very short time. So when we think about designing technology or even involving them in learning, we have to keep that in mind, that if we expect them to sit in front of a book for an hour or so, that's just not going to work. It's just not their style anymore. So we need to do it differently. We always think about how we learn about technology, and very often we assume that if we give them something to read, they will learn. But really, kids this age are learning better when they listen to podcasts or watch movies, or even actually using music as they're learning. So they actually multitask and use different tools at the same time, something you may not be used to. So let's go back to the next slide, because in that slide, I want to talk about digital dinosaurs. And I'm going to say up front, we are not dinosaurs at all, but some parents, when they come to us, or adult learners, when they come to us, they tell us they're dinosaurs, because they don't know technology, they're old age, they don't know anything. And often their arguments are that I'm too old for this, I don't know how it works, I'm frustrated, it's just taking too long. But I want to tell you that very often that's not the case. Many of us use technology, use it a lot, it's just we may need to fill in some gaps. So if we go to the next slide, you're going to realize that, and I'm going to ask you actually, if you can raise your hand, how many of you have taken pictures with your phone?
Everybody.
All right, so you take pictures, you're using a phone. That's a digital device you're using, right? So very often when we have parents or adults coming in, we ask them, do you use technology? They say no, but then we ask them questions like that, and they realize they actually use technology, and they are fairly comfortable with it, so we can try to fill in the gaps to help them out. So, another one, how many of you have used GPS in the car to go from point A to B? Perfect. How about going on YouTube or using some kind of videos online? Quite a few of you, absolutely. How about purchasing something online, shopping online? Perfect. And then how about applying for a job online? Resumes, application forms. How much technology are you using there? You are using technology, right? But we don't think about it that way sometimes. We always think we are missing something. We don't know enough. And the truth is that it's going to be the same for all of us. It's just going to be this way from now on because everything is changing, everything is developing very, very quickly. So if we go to the next slide, what I really want to make sure we know is that we all have gaps and we need to fill them in. I use technology on a regular basis, but you can come up to me and ask me about specific app or technology or resource. I may not have never heard it about it or tried it or explored it. But the change is that I'm willing to try and I'm willing to go and explore it in more detail. And that's how we as parents need to be thinking about technology. So it's not something my kids know and I don't know. It's something my kids know I may want to learn too. And I could learn from the kids. That's one of the main aspects of it. You could actually get involved and work with your kids. Now, I want to point out that often kids don't know everything. And that was a hard lesson for me because I assumed that if I have a nephew who is playing games all the time, going on YouTube all the time, he knows everything about technology. It was very quick for us to learn. He doesn't know how to use a printer. He doesn't know how to create a presentation online. We were assuming he's learning that in school, but he isn't. The other thing we also assume is that if somebody knows and has keyboarding skills, they're tech savvy, they know technology. Well, I have been using technology for the last 10, 15 years. I don't have keyboarding skills. I never took keyboarding classes. And our kids don't take keyboarding classes because they start when they're young, right? They go online, they use tablets, they use iPads. They don't use regular keyboards anymore, so they don't need that skill either. But we still think that they should, right? So that's something to really, really keep in mind. Now, if we go to another side, this is something I really want to leave you with. It's the lifelong learning. Becoming a tech-savvy parent is not something that can happen in a day or overnight. It's something we need to work on an ongoing basis. It's mostly a mindset. It's the way we approach technology, the way we think about technology, and the way we are able to transfer our skills from using one thing to another. So if you have a phone, you're sending emails, taking pictures, and using technology that way, very likely you can transition to using tablets, and very likely you at least understand what you're trying to do when you go to a computer. You may need to learn how it works, but you do know what to expect, so you already have the skills. Now, it's very, very important that you actually try things out. If somebody has something new or is trying something you haven't never heard about before, try it. Go explore it. Ask your kids to help you, show you what they're doing, how they're doing it, so you can try it with them. And at today's conference, you're trying and seeing different things that your kids may not have known about. Take it to them, explore it with them together, so that you can learn together as well. And then one of the last things when it comes to technology is Googling it. It's one of those new words that everybody's using it. If you don't know something, Google it. And we have a few sites that we would suggest for you to explore. Those are sites more for adults who could go online and upgrade their skills. All sites that are listed here are free. You can go online, search for a topic of your interest, and then fill in those gaps. So if you are using a computer but you may not know how to use some of the functionalities of Gmail, for example, you can go in and search, and they will have a lot of educational videos and text to give you that guidance. Now, the second one says Tech Boomers. Don't mind the name. There's a lot of information there with different courses, different information. It's really, really handy tool because it goes beyond the basics. So what it does, it covers topics that you may not be familiar with. Even shopping on Amazon. It will give you tips and ideas and suggestions, or even dating online. May not be interested in that, but it's there as well. So it's worth exploring. Now, I mentioned that my nephew, when he was 2 years old, he went to YouTube. He's learning Minecraft. That's what I would suggest to you, to go online and try YouTube for different things. We learn how to fix a tap by going into YouTube and learning how to remove our faucet and install the faucet. There's a lot of information there, whether it's for kids or for adults. GCF Nursery is basically an organization from the States. They have a website that they built where they provide all kinds of information and courses that you can go in, type into search that you're looking for, and they will give you a lot of training in that. All free, step-by-step instructions. It's amazing. In the adult literacy field, we use it all the time. And the last thing is the library. Libraries are amazing. We talk to organizations where it's not happening right now, but Toronto Public Library had a system where they would lend out Wi-Fi hotspots. So if you don't have internet, you can actually borrow it from the library. They have stopped for now, but that's something to consider. They lend out laptops. So if you don't have the device or you need to borrow one, you can go to the library, borrow it for a few hours, use it there, do whatever you need to do, and a lot of resources. They have sections with technology, information, courses, training you can try. But again, the last thing I want to highlight is this is all about you and your openness to learning about new things, trying different things, and learning with your kids. Switch to the last slide. That's our contact information. And there's our email address. You can contact us. 2 websites. The Community Learning Hub is actually a website that we worked on with Let's Get Together, the organization that's coordinating the conference. That is a website where we list all kinds of workshops. So not only microbiology workshops, but many other workshops you may be interested in. And we work with schools to bring those workshops to schools. And parent councils in schools can get involved. They can apply for special funding so that the school gets the money and there's no cost to parents to participate. So if you have situations where you're involved in your school or want to be involved, tell them about Community Learning Hub, because that's a place where you can get free access to learning, resources, workshops, and information. And let's get together and as we can work together to help with that. And finally, we do have a Facebook page. It's a new page, so there's not too many followers, but I encourage you to follow us. We post all kinds of information and resources we find about security, safety, interesting articles you may be interested in. And again, the link to the slides, so if you finish for today and then want to make sure that you can access the slides, just follow that link and you'll be able to access them afterwards. All right. Thank you so much.